one of the many groups of people that boggle my mind when they support Trump is anyone that works in a union. Anyone. Anyone who works for a union that votes Republican, period, boggles my mind. Union members are all about the solidarity, the collectiveness of the bargaining ability, the strength of the worker, the protection of the worker's rights, and then they walk into a voting booth and they vote for somebody who wants to weaken and all out take away those protections and those rights, those strengths, those good hours, those good pay, those good wages, those good benefits. As far as I'm concerned, if you're a union worker and you vote for Trump and then you lose the right to collectively bargain within your union, then you voted for exactly what you wanted. You could tell me all day long you didn't want your union to go away. Then you need to start listening to what the fucking candidates have to say.
To all my different union brothers and sisters out there that voted for Donald Trump, you are the dumbest sons of bitches on planet Earth. Trump signs executive order ending collective bargaining rights for many federal workers. Now, this is just for federal workers, but if he could do this to private unions, to the UAW, to the Teamsters, to the IBEW, he fucking would. This executive order applies to workers across many federal agencies, including the Departments of State, Defense, Justice and Health, and Human Services. It also impacts Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Federal Communications Commission, and the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. It says the order is aimed at stopping federal unions who have declared war on Trump's agenda. It noted the American Federation of Government Employees, which represents about 800,000 workers, has filed many grievances to block Trump policies. Yeah, because Trump policies are anti-worker and against the unions. They're trying to protect their union members. I've said 100 times, the greatest tool the working class has is the right to collectively bargain. The more people that don't have that right, the worse off we are. The biggest thing that has led to the wealth gap growing over the last 4 decades is the union membership declining. The less people participating in collective bargaining, the less jobs there are setting a standard for wages and benefits.
That's right. Donald Trump has ended collective bargaining abilities for federal workers. And like Daryl said, if he could do it for the private sector workers, he would. And if you look me in the face and tell me that you honestly don't believe that Trump would do away with bargaining ability, the ability to collectively bargain for the private sector workers, then explain to me why he did it for the public sector workers. He didn't want them to do it, but he wants them to do it? No, he doesn't want anybody to do it. Because like every other person in his position, almost every other person in his position, he doesn't want a strong workforce. He wants an obedient workforce. He wants a workforce that is A, first and foremost, going to do what the fuck they're told. B, going to do it for lower wages and fewer benefits so that they can make more money. He wants a workforce that is scared to stand up for themselves so that they keep showing up to those jobs. That's what men like Trump want. Unions don't benefit Trump, at least in his world. If he was intelligent enough to understand how much his companies and every other company out there would benefit from more union people in the country, then they would see that it's kind of a rising tide lifts all boats mentality. But they can't see that, because anything that takes a fucking penny out of their wallet, anything that takes a penny away from their pay, it is deemed as a loss to them. So the more benefits they give you, the more money they give you, the more time off without you coming into work they give you, PTO, sick time, holiday, whatever the case may be, the more of that they give to you, the less they get to have. And the greedy motherfuckers don't understand that just by giving the workers a little bit more, they still get to be billionaires. But it's not good enough for them. And now he's in a position to do something about it. And he's taking away collective bargaining rights for union workers. And if you're in the private sector and you're in a union and you're a Trump supporter and you don't think you're in the sights next, you're a dumbass.